Hey everyone, let's talk Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles draft here coming up. So Howie Roseman can't screw up this draft, can he? Or Kenny? These next 2 years, in an earlier video, I talked about how these next 2 years in 2023 is when I feel the Eagles will be able to compete. These next 2 years, the drafts this year and next year are so important to rebuilding this team. Okay, let's just start with this year and this number 6 pick. Howie Roseman has to nail this pick. Whoever he picks, I don't care if it's offense or defense, because there's so many holes on this team that it doesn't matter what position they pick. It has to be a stud. It has to be someone from day one that comes in and is ready to play and can contribute and is an all-pro type player. This stuff going around about, trade up to draft the quarterback at 6. I don't think he's going to do that because Howie Roseman then is admitting that he was wrong with drafting Jalen Hurts at number 2 in last year's draft. You don't draft a quarterback at number 2 if you don't feel he can run your franchise and be the star quarterback of the team. So I don't think he's going to draft a quarterback unless like a Trevor Lawrence drops to 6, which isn't going to happen. So you can I think pretty much throw that out the window. But whoever he picks at 6, and then, like I said, they need a lot of holes to fill. It has to be a stud. Their first and second round draft picks have to get on the field, perform, be game changers. Now, good teams that are constantly year after year after year competing, they know how to draft 3 to 7 rounds. They know how to draft in those later rounds. They find gems in those rounds. And that's what the Eagles and Howie Roseman have to do. They have to find players in rounds 3 through 7, that can come in and play. And not necessarily be all pros. That would be nice, but at least come in, be able to play at an NFL level and be starters, not bench players, not special teamers. They need to contribute. That's what good teams do. So these next 2 years, if in 2023 we want to go into the season with the Eagles saying, they have a chance, then these next 2 years, Howie Roseman has to nail the draft. And look, he got to listen to his scouts. They're out there scouting these players. He can't try and be, I'm the smartest GM in the league, and with the number 6 pick, draft somebody who should go in the 3rd round because Howie knows better and, a development player like an Arcega-Whiteside. No, it has to be someone who comes in and plays and starts and contributes now, no matter what position. I don't care if it's a corner, an offensive lineman, a safety. It has to be a stud, period. And like I said, these next 2 years is going to be, that's how they're going to build this team. It's not going to be through free agency. Definitely not this year because, they're up against the salary cap. So it got to be through the draft. And honestly, I love Fletcher Cox. I love Brandon Graham. I love Zach Ertz. I love these guys. They helped win a Super Bowl. They've been with the Eagles forever. They were drafted by the Eagles. But look, I'm okay with trading these players, honestly, to get draft capital this year, next year, whatever it is. And I'll tell you why. Because if in a couple years, even if Howie Roseman nails these drafts this year and next year, these players like Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Zach Ertz, so on, they're going to be on their last leg. And then you can't get anything for them. So, I don't think we're going to be very competitive, at least not this year. So if we can trade these players and maybe get something for them now until they get too old where you're not going to get anything but a 7th round draft pick for them, let's do it. Let's rebuild. I want to win. I want to win bad, but I'm okay with having a bad year next year, and winning 3, 4, 5 games, getting a top 10 pick again, hopefully getting 2 first-rounders next year with the Colts, with the Carson Wentz deal, and I'm okay with trading these players away to get draft capital for this year and next year because that's how you're going to rebuild this team. I mean, free agency is basically for the Eagles, especially this year, is going to be just depth. Maybe a starter here and there, like a Malik Hooker who's coming off a knee injury, someone you can get cheap type of thing. But they're not going to make any big splashes. They're not. They don't have the room for it, the money room for it. So it's going to be through the draft. But Howie Roseman needs to nail this draft this year and next year. And your first, second rounders have to be ready to play day one, make an impact, all pro players. 3 through 7, you have to find at least one or two studs that actually make a difference, make an impact. I mean, that's what good teams do. That's teams that are constantly year after year after year, that are competing. Like your Steelers, like your Seahawks. Now, yeah, they have very good quarterbacks, but that's why they can draft players in the third, fourth, fifth rounds that come in, make an impact. And that seems to be what the Eagles have trouble doing. I mean, here and there, they'll hit a first, second round draft pick, but, that third to seventh rounder, they don't nail it. And they definitely need to do that. So that's my thought process on this, that I'm okay with trading, veteran players that I love and don't want to see go, but I'd rather see them go to a team possibly that's going to compete where they can win another Super Bowl, like your Zach Ertz, Fletcher Cox. Because when the Eagles are ready to compete again, like I said, these players are going to be, careers are going to be pretty much over anyway, and not much left in the tank. So I just hope, and I know you hope, Howie Roseman nails these draft picks. And again, don't try and be the smartest GM in the league and draft somebody that should be drafted in the third round with this number 6 pick. No. You need to draft an impact stud player. So that's my thoughts. I hope it's shorter time that the Eagles can turn this thing around, but that's my thoughts. That it's going to at least take 2 years, 2 years of great drafting, and Howie's here. He's the guy. He's the GM. Let's hope he can do it. So, hey, hit that subscribe button. Write your comments below. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button, and I will talk to you guys shortly. Have a great day.